Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Lindsay Ross.
And I'm Kyle Riggles. Thank you for joining us.
Tomorrow, thousands of Ball State students will take over Dill Street in the Village.
NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Walker is live in the newsroom to tell us more. Tyler?
The event for students ran by students, ChirpFest is in its second year and is gaining excitement from music fans all around Ball State.
Dill Street is quiet now, but tomorrow evening the street will turn into a party with over 4,000 attendees when ChirpFest blocks off Dill Street to kick off Family Weekend. Last year, the music festival had over 3,500 attendees, with artists from Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, and Phoenix, as well as local talent. The organization ChirpFest began with co-owners Chris Kamick and Darius Norwood wanting to give students at other campuses in the state, like IU and Purdue, a reason to come to Ball State. Kamick says the people enjoy the authentic Midwest feel from artists like Como Negrete, who goes by DJ Eye Candy, a Ball State student who has residency at a club in Chicago and regularly performs in the area.
This campus is what started it all for me. If it wasn't for one of my really good friends, T-Rob, he's the one who showed me about DJing, and the first time I ever was behind a board was for an AGD formal out here at Ball State. And just to be from there now all the way on ChirpFest, it's just an amazing accomplishment. It's going to be a great time.
The event starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Tickets are available at the gate. Live in the newsroom, Tyler Walker, NewsLink, Indiana.
I'm sure Ball State students are hoping for great weather on Friday night. Sammy, what can you tell us about how the forecast is looking?
Hello everyone. The forecast is actually not looking too bad for ChirpFest. We do have some clear skies earlier in the day, but then as we get into the PM, we have a slight chance of thunderstorms. We'll kind of see how the radar tells us about that. Also, for headlines, there is no rain tonight. It is going to be clear skies, so get out and do something fun. Storms are likely Friday and Saturday. That includes Parent Weekend and ChirpFest. Also, it should be clearing up for the rest of the week with a 10% of rain and low 80s.
Downtown construction is leaving some business owners with a headache, but the city says the end is near. NewsLink Indiana's Demi Johnson is live downtown with more.
Driving around downtown Muncie is difficult today. It seems like everywhere you turn there's some kind of roadblock. In fact, it's been this way since early April of last year. This is something that's been causing a lot of headaches for many local businesses in the area.
Inside of Kirk's Bike Shop, you can usually find store owner Jason Allert making repairs. But since April 2015, Allert has been dealing with a new challenge, one right outside of his store.
It's been tough. I mean, it's hard to see sales that low for our busy season, which is spring and summer. Definitely cutting off all traffic to both of our doors.
Like Allert, store owner Debbie Kane has also been dealing with the construction.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain right now, but it's just kind of a challenge. It's an adventure to get around where you need to get.
The city began construction because of a federal mandate dating back to 1972 that requires the combined storm and sanitary sewer lines to be separated. Vicki Veach, the executive director of Muncie Downtown Development, said in a statement, "Mandates of combined sewer separation and ADA compliance gave the city a chance to incorporate these huge quality of life improvements while under construction. While the construction has been tough for local businesses, Veach hopes they remain optimistic. She says, "The future will be an exciting time, and it's all a result of clear vision, quality planning, continuous cooperation, and lots of hard work."
People come back downtown and see it when it's all done and come back down here like they used to.
I hope it brings it up and get off the campus and have a little adventure.
And despite the challenges, it seems business owners are trying their best to have a positive outlook on the changes to come.
The city says that the construction is set to be finished on time the first week in October. Live in downtown Muncie, Demi Johnson, NewsLink, Indiana.
The construction will be finished in time for the Arts Walk downtown, and the city also says the project is under budget.
The Samsung Galaxy Note 7 phone is officially being recalled because of risks of the battery exploding or catching fire. Samsung already voluntarily recalled the phone, but now the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is stepping in after a few dozen confirmed instances of problems. The recall comes at a tough time as Apple announces its version of the iPhone. This series of phone is one of Samsung's most expensive, and demand has been high. New proof tonight that e-cigarettes may help people quit smoking. A new study from the British Medicinal Journal found that as more people used e-cigarettes last year, more people also quit smoking cigarettes. But don't rush to purchase an e-cigarette just yet. While researchers say there may be an association between the two, there is no evidence e-cigarettes prompt people to quit smoking.
New on NewsLink, a SWAT raid just southeast of downtown Muncie lands one woman in police custody. 37-year-old Sabrina Clay was arrested on multiple drug charges around 6 o'clock this morning. She was arrested at her home at 702 East Kirby Avenue. Clay is charged with dealing cocaine, meth, and narcotics. A child present during the arrest was removed from the home and put into custody of Child Protective Services. Clay is being held in the Delaware County Jail on a $20,000 bond. Sandra Bland's family has reached a settlement in their wrongful death suit against Waller County in Texas. Bland died in her jail cell 3 days after being arrested last summer for a traffic stop. The family's attorney says a settlement of $1.9 million in compensation for Bland's death has been made, and the deal will also require an EMT or nurse to be present in the jail to monitor inmates. Several other changes to the jail's procedure will also be made.
Here's a story you aren't going to believe. Some parents in Michigan are calling the police to report their children for refusing to go to school. Mount Morris Township Police Lieutenant Matthew Lasky says his officers respond to all 911 calls regardless of what they are. Lasky says police have mediated issues like this in the past and are happy to help parents work through the problems with their children. A famous Muncie burger joint is closing its doors. Find out why and if it will open up again coming up.
And one cat is proving that they really do have more than one life. The story next.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
A local Muncie landmark is closed early for the season and maybe for good. Reporter Abby Lutz shares the story.
I'm here outside Berkey's Drive-In where this for sale sign just went up a few days ago. Real estate agent Brian Allert says he's hoping to sell to a local buyer, and members of the community agree.
I think it's a disgrace. I got nowhere to go now.
Robert Watson has lived next to Berkey's for 3 years now and eats there regularly.
I love their tenderloins.
And how does he feel about the change?
No, I want it the same way it's been.
He's hoping for a new buyer to come soon.
Open up again, please!
Allard says the building is in good condition and is selling for just under $200,000. But for now, the future of Berkey's is unknown. In Muncie, Abby Lutz, NewsLink, Indiana.
Local community members like Watson are keeping close tabs on the restaurant and are hoping for good news.
ITT Technical Institute is shutting down tomorrow. Federal education officials banned the school from enrolling students who use federal financial aid. The education department said the company was a risk for students and taxpayers. 130 campuses will close nationwide. Over 600 workers and almost 2,000 students in Indiana will be affected.
Yesterday, 3 federal judges hammered attorneys of Indiana Governor Mike Pence on his decision to keep Syrian refugees out of Indiana. The panel of the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals questioned Pence's purpose of the ban. Back in February, another federal court ruled it discriminatory. Judges told attorneys they would have a greater argument if Indiana opted out of the resettlement program rather than banning refugees. The court has yet to make a decision. Police have a suspect in custody related to a recent Florida mosque arson case. The man seen here running from a Florida mosque is believed to be 32-year-old Joseph Michael Schreiber. Schreiber was arrested Wednesday and faces first-degree felony charges. He is believed to have set fire to the Islamic Center of Fort Pierce sometime Sunday night. As an ex-felon, Schreiber could face up to life in prison if convicted. No one was in the building during the time of the fire.
Denver police have a suspected drug dealer in custody. But before he was caught, police say he threw 17 bags of heroin across a fence. On the other side, a doggy daycare. And one of those dogs ate an entire bag of heroin. Although you can't see the suspect throw the drugs over the fence in the video, what you can see is Charlie, who's eating a full bag of heroin. An employee at the doggy daycare saved Charlie's life. Laura, Charlie's owner, says Charlie had to be rushed to the vet. She says she's upset, but Charlie is gratefully alive.
Lost my dog yesterday because some stupid idiot decided to sell drugs, run from the police, and throw them.
Police say the suspect was selling drugs when they spotted him. Zombie cat Bart has found a new home. Bart became famous last year after being pronounced dead and then crawling from his grave 5 days later. Bart permanently joined his foster family of over a year this month after a 20-month court battle between the Humane Society of Tampa Bay and his original owner. The Humane Society kept Bart because their CEO felt it was a bad fit. Both sides settle outside of court, giving $5,000 to the previous owner and a new home. A free celebration in Muncie this weekend is offering visitors a unique way to live sustainably. Learn where and when ahead.
Showers are expected this weekend. Just how much we'll get coming up.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Tropical storm Julia is now a tropical depression, and it's making its way off the Georgia coast, but not before causing some damage. People who live on St. Simon's Island, Georgia, have spent today cleaning up. The storm formed in Florida Tuesday night with sustained winds up to 40 miles per hour. It made its way through St. Simon's Island, Georgia, leaving residents with severe wind damage and thousands without power. So Sammy, how's that weather looking for us tonight?
Tonight, the weather is actually looking wonderful. It has been wonderful all day. We see a 79 with a dew point of 54, so if you've been walking to campus and feel a little humidity, that's probably what you're feeling. But tonight, it is so beautiful, so get out and do something fun. The wind is very calm. It's a beautiful night, and it's getting into fall, so who knows how many more beautiful nights we're going to have. So as we see in most of Indiana right now, we're experiencing the same kind of weather. We're experiencing the high 70s, low 80s. My favorite weather, best like Florida weather. We might as well be on spring break. Down in Bloomington, we're getting, towards the south, we're getting the low 80s. Towards the north, especially in Kokomo, we're getting even mid 70s. So, a little bit of a switch there between Indiana, but altogether, we're experiencing some really great weather over here. So I'm sure we're all wanting to know, will Chirp Fest get rained out? And honestly, the weather is not looking like it could change. We are seeing a lot of clouds, though, projected all through Friday. We're seeing a little bit of thunderstorm through here, so we might get a little bit, but Chirp Fest starts at 6 p.m., and this is 7 p.m., and we're still good on the weather. We're going to experience clouds, but it'll still be nice and warm for you. We're also going to get a couple hours of nice weather. It ends at 12, so we're going to experience some rain, but for the most part, it's just looking like clouds, but that could depend as the week goes on. Moving on to my tailgate, it is parent weekend, so make sure you bring your family and experience family weekend. It is upper 70s, but there is a chance of rain. So, bring those rain jackets, bring whatever you can. It's Kentucky versus Ball State, so it could be a really great game. Moving on to my 7-day forecast. As we can see here, today is in the 80s, and it is a great day, but the weekend is looking like a 40 and 90% chance of rain. But for the rest of the week, it's only a 10%, and then we get into the low to mid 80s as the week goes on for a beautiful coming week. So guys, it looks like parent weekend may be a little rainy, but as of Chirp Fest, right now it's just looking like some clouds. So let's keep our fingers crossed.
Most Ball State football players are excited for their first game. For one freshman, the game this weekend is a bit more special. Find out why coming up.
And the NFL is launching a new initiative that can help keep players safe in the game. What it's for and how much it costs ahead.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
And NewsLink Sports. My name is Colton Letourneau, and we're going to be talking about some sports. This week is family weekend, and not only are parents excited, but students are as well. Ball State football hosts its home opener, and family members will be at the game in support of their student athlete.
As the home opener football game against Eastern Kentucky is upon us, so is family weekend. Redshirt freshman running back Malik Dunner says it's a big deal to have his family in the stands this weekend.
It's a pretty big deal. Over the first two games, my mom's been watching from home, and my family and stuff been watching. You know, it's just exciting to get them out here to my first home college game. It's really going to be a great thing for me, I guess.
Dunner was named All-Conference his junior and senior year of high school and named All-Area his junior year at Dundee Crown High School in Carpentersville, Illinois. Dunner says having his family present Saturday will influence his energy level.
Oh yeah, it definitely gave me more energy because I want to show my family that I can play college football and stuff like that, and just try to remain positive on the field, even if they're there or not there. I mean.
Dunner says with new coaches and everyone from Ball State ready to see what they can do, it's going to be a really exciting game. The National Football League is launching an initiative aimed at preventing, diagnosing, and treating concussions and other head injuries. The Play Smart initiative involves the hiring of a physician to serve as the NFL's chief medical officer. The league and its owners will also provide $100 million to support medical research and engineering advancements. Critics have put NFL under fire, alleging that the league has done very little to protect the players from head injuries. In 2010, a federal judge approved a mass settlement to a lawsuit filed by thousands of former players accusing the NFL of negligence in linking concussions to brain injuries. The league says more is being done by making dozens of rules changes to protect players as well as staffing games with dozens of medical professionals. Hopefully progress will be made with this issue because too many times helmet-to-helmet injuries are ending players' seasons. Professional football is about to get even more social. 10 of the NFL weeknight games will be live streamed on Twitter. The NFL struck the deal in April. The new deal begins tonight when the Buffalo Bills take on the New York Jets. Fans will be able to watch on their mobile devices for free with the social media app. They can be watched in any country where Twitter operates, except Canada, because it has a separate TV rights contract with the NFL. Wow, this sure is a game changer, and it could potentially change the way NFL fans watch the game forever. So, what do you guys think about this new Twitter app, or this new Twitter thing with the NFL? How do you guys feel about that?
I think it could be a pretty good change to see how all the players get involved with it.
I think so. I'll try it out. We'll see how it goes.
I think I'll be watching tonight.
Magician Michael Carbonera is bringing his talent to Emmons Auditorium tomorrow night. What attendees can expect coming up next.
And your final look at weather for the weekend is ahead.
Thank you. You got a key?
Go fish!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Abby Kirk with your entertainment news. A rising celebrity is making his way to Emmons Auditorium Friday night to continue his tour around the country. Let's take a look.
Watch out, Muncie. The world's hottest upcoming magician is coming to Emmons Auditorium Friday night.
We just got word that Michael Carbonaro was going to be coming to Indiana, and we had the option of bringing him here to Emmons. And we said, absolutely, we think it would do fantastic.
The talented man has performed over 500 acts of magic on his hit TV series, The Carbonaro Effect, on True TV. Now he's taking his show on the road so you can personally feel the effect of Carbonaro live. But to do so, he only has a few requests.
We required to get 6 identical goldfish for the show.
Sounds fishy, Carbonaro, but rumor has it the man has a talent for making the unbelievable believable.
Put basically a storage compartment in an orange, and somehow that happened, and I don't know how.
The sold-out show will see over 1,400 people due to the heavy construction outside of Emmons.
I mean, we have the curtain pulled, and this is basically the capacity we're allowed to have, 1,400 and no more, simply because our front entrance will be completely closed for the constructions.
And due to the construction, alternative entrance locations into Emmons Auditorium will be available through the east and west side doors. Box office staff will be there to help navigate. The show starts at 7:30 p.m. And if you don't have tickets to Michael Carbonaro, don't fret. There is still some free and exciting events upcoming this weekend. The Living Lightly Fair is this Saturday, September 7th at Minnetrista from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Learn some practical ideas and inspiration for living more sustainably through various speakers, kids activities, live music, art activities, and over 50 grain vendors. For more details, you can visit livinglightlyfair.org. The hit show American Horror Story returned to television last night for its season 6 premiere. After keeping fans waiting for months, the cast themes were revealed. Sources say the theme is based off of Stephen King's book, The Mist. Although actress Jessica Lange did not return, the show did make new additions to its cast. Cuba Gooding Jr. made his debut, acting as returner Sarah Paulson, love interest. You can catch the show on FX every Wednesday at 10 p.m. That's all for your entertainment tonight. Back to you guys at the news desk.
So guys, let's take another look at that 7-day forecast. So far we see in that weekend we got some chance of rain, but you know, still high 70s, low 80s. And then for the rest of the week, only a 10% chance of rain. So take advantage of our last day of school.
Thanks, Sammy, and let's hope that rain clears up this weekend.
Well, that's all we have tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.